BS just won't do. KaoticRadio.com.
Cruising on a motorcycle through another dimension and time. A dimension not only of beer and rock and roll, but of twisted minds and sexy women. A wild journey, a crazy imagination that has no boundaries. There's a warning, a sign up ahead. Your next stop. The Zig Zone. The Zig Zone. The Zig Zone. The Zig Zone.
Yeah, buddy, we are back. It's another Maniac Monday. I'm getting like a little kid right now. I kind of finally figured something out. You know, I'm trying to sit here and share my guest post here, and of course I had to have my son. We're sitting there trying to figure it out. And I says, "Hey, Rowena, drag Drake inside here." He comes inside here within 2 seconds. Here you go.
Now you got to tag them.
I love my sons. I tell you, man, they just save my life on so much stuff. But we are live. And if you want to see us live, you can go on YouTube, go on Kaotic Radio, and just hit the Live Now window. You can also download the app, KaoticRadio.com. You can call in anytime you want, 909-360-8330, because in the house, we have my two favorite ladies on the freaking planet, the two metal maniacs, Jackie and Jessica Perry from Dianthus. Welcome back, ladies.
Hello. Thanks, Zig. Thanks
Glad to be back.
Third time.
Yeah.
Third time. This is awesome. See, I'm just your favorite fan.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
Although I have been slacking. Of course, we've seen you guys live. It's tough having 3 jobs and then also being in a band too. But, you know, we've been talking because you guys have a gig coming up August 12th. It's going to be at the Viper Room.
Yep.
And you're going to have another guest live on stage with you, which you already had with you, was Jinx from Black Veil Brides.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to have awesome Jinx with us and a bass player as well. So we have Ronnie Ficaro, formerly of Falling in Reverse, and I Am Ghost. So he'll be joining us as well. So.
Cool.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. And you guys have been just like really busy lately. And it's, you know, I really don't know of another band, you know, lately that has been as busy as you guys. I mean, you're just all over the place.
We are, constantly busy. You know, we actually just got back from the studio today. So yeah, we've just been wrapping up guitars, getting some really cool tones in the studio. We finished drums a couple weeks ago, and bass and piano. So just trucking along.
And actually, you guys, not only were you in the studio today doing some guitar tracks, you came all the way from Encino.
Encino, yep. Yeah.
Man.
So, no, you know, we can't miss an opportunity like this. It's always great to be back. So we had to, you know. Yeah. And it's been a while too. So.
Right.
Well, every time that I would talk to you guys, say, hey, you know, let's get you guys on the air. That our times. You guys were so busy, we just couldn't get it. You know? And it was like once I touched base with you guys, and you said, you know, September or July, that'll be a good one. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I think we did this. We booked this like 3 months ago. Am I correct?
Yeah, and then it just flew by, and I'm like, wow, we're finally here. So
The stars aligned.
yeah.
I was hoping you guys didn't forget about the date. I was like, oh my goodness. I'm sitting there making my post on Facebook today, and I'm like going, maybe I should text Jess just to make sure that Jess.
No,
we're good.
No, yeah, we're waiting for this for a long time. So
Yeah,
Excellent.
very
definitely.
stoked.
So now you guys are recording a new album,
We are. Yeah.
and you've been in this process for.
Let's see. We were doing pre-production probably for like the past half a year, I guess. So yeah. But it's been a lot of fun. So, but as far as actually tracking stuff, it's been about like a month and a half so far. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the the songwriting process in general. Just like all the songs, the framework, everything. It just takes a lot of time. Just to get the best sound. So we're constantly moving different stuff around.
Yeah.
And we finally have the songs. So
we do, because it's just us two. I think we started off with 14 tracks. So it's been a lot of fun, but just us two working as a team has been very essential just to get that sound. So
Nice.
yeah, dynamic
Right.
duo, I guess.
Well, I'm going to keep the show clean. I always do my best to keep the show clean when you ladies are here. Try to be
Oh, thanks so
respectful.
much.
But we have to do our shot. So
Yeah.
that's just the good.
I mean, we're 21 now, so
So cheers to Dianthus.
awesome. I'll cover
rock
my
and
eyes.
roll. You're 21,
And-
sis.
And now here's another thing. I talk about my girlfriend, Otsko, on the air, and nobody ever. I'm not the kind of person that takes a bunch of pictures, and I don't post a bunch of stuff, on the air. I keep I've always been one to keep our life private. Me, I don't care about me. I'm an open book, but my personal life is my personal life.
Yeah.
But and a lot of people are like, I think, how many times GW has people said, I think Otsko is made up.
Several.
Made up.
Yeah.
swear
Everybody
I-
thought she was an imaginary girlfriend.
Yeah. I've had people say, oh, well, you know what? I think you make that up because someone said I was, what is that when asexual?
Oh,
Someone sent me an email and they said, you know what, Zig, I was listening to you were talking about Otsko, and I think you're asexual. I think she's fake.
How come we didn't read
gosh,
that on the air? Or did we?
But I didn't want to bring that. That's
Asexual.
that's not what my email ones, and I'm going to sit
We got
there
Morrissey over here.
and talk about that. But what I'm going to do is I'm not only going to get on over here to GW, I'm going to take a picture. And
Awesome.
And my girl is actually in the studio today.
yes.
So she's back there.
Yep.
So let's take the pic. There you go. Yay. All right. Very good. And now everybody knows that I am not making up.
He's not kidding.
I'm not. I mean, unless she's a really visual, imaginary character.
They can also go on YouTube and see us streaming in here.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. You can see. Yeah. YouTube. Oh, yes, she is. There she is, right there. Hi, Otsko.
YouTube. Live.
Everybody, wave to him, Otsko. Bye. Hi. Bye. I said bye.
Hi, bye. Yeah, no, she's 100% real, guys. Yeah,
100%.
100%.
And we've been dying to go see you guys. I know I've been really busy, but that doesn't make an
Yeah.
excuse to go out and see one of my favorite bands of all time. So before we even get started, I want to make sure that people know how to get in touch with your guys' music, how to get in touch with your gig schedule and everything like that.
Okay. Yeah, we have pretty much like all of the social media going. We have Twitter. Twitter is Dianthus Metal, and Instagram is Dianthus Official. We also have a website that basically has everything there. So that's just dianthusofficial.com. You guys can check it out, and we have SoundCloud. So we have that, so you guys can find it all through the website.
Yeah, definitely. I say, Instagram, like, that's probably my favorite social media network. So, yeah, Dianthus Official, check us out there.
Yeah.
Very good. And here's the deal. I mean, this was a lot harder when I was, your guys' age. I'm not going to reveal how old I am. I'm 50. But there was no social media. There wasn't Instagram, kind of where you can sit there. And I mean, if you wanted someone in Europe or Brazil or Australia to, hear your music, there was a very rare opportunity to actually be able to do that unless you mailed, you know, your remember cassettes, Rowena?
She remembers. Yeah. 8-track? Is that what you said?
8-track.
Oh gosh, cassettes. Yeah.
So and that's what we did. We would take the cassette, we'd mail them to radio stations and stuff, you know, and that's how you did it. Now with the social media and the web, I mean, your music is worldwide.
Yeah, it's too easy now. They're making it so easy for us. It's such a good platform. You know, we take advantage of it. So,
and you guys touch base with everybody. I mean, if you get a response, I mean, you get a response from somebody in Europe or something like that in Mexico,
Thailand.
Thailand, you know what I mean? It's just like, I mean, how does, I mean, I know if it were me, I'd be like, well, see, I would be like, I mean, I'm not at the status of you guys anymore. I mean, I play music. I'm still a musician. I'm still in a band, but I'm not at the level anymore that you two are at. But you know, I mean,
still killing it. You're talking about. Don't put yourself down.
Oh, gee, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. No, Zig rocks. Yeah.
But you know, I would just be giddy. I mean, I'd like a little schoolboy, you know, just like, oh my God, look at someone from. You know. I mean, I get that. I mean, I get responses from the show, and we get emails from all over the place. And it's, I mean, but just my music would be something different.
Yeah, it's uplifting when you hear comments like that. It makes you want to, you know, push harder and continue to make music that makes people happy. So yeah, it's encouraging.
It's like a benefit in return, you know, like you know, we play music because we enjoy it, and when others enjoy it, it's just, you know, it's a really good feeling. So really good experience.
Well, and those of you that are actually on YouTube, you're actually watching live now. You know, they're frail little things, but I'm telling you, and I've mentioned this before, when they get on stage, they are actual just, you know, metal, you know, goddesses when they get up there. They really put on a show. It's just amazing to watch you guys perform. So now, speaking of performing, now you guys have been doing a lot of like Hollywood and North Hollywood, you know, Hollywood itself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let us know where you guys have been playing. We have the Viper Room.
We did the Federal Bar in May. So that was in North Hollywood. So we did that. And then, like, I mean, we're going to be back at the Viper Room. So just that main spot, Sunset, I mean, that's a great place.
Well, and then you also did the bigger venue. You guys did, what was it?
Wiltern?
The Wiltern Theater.
That was last year already. Yeah. Last April we did that. So yeah, that was a fun show.
Crazy.
I mean, some really heavy hitters have, you know, graced that stage.
Oh gosh, I know. Our inspirations,
You know, I mean, and what we were talking earlier when I was a musician and playing Gazaris, you know, it's when I was playing it, when you walked on that stage, you're like, oh wow. I mean, some really big heavy hitters were on this stage, and it was just, and it's almost as if when you walk on that stage, you can almost feel it.
Oh, you can.
You know, that whole presence of just the most awesome, you know, rock and roll metal. It's been, it's same thing with the Whiskey, same thing with the Roxy, the Troubadour. You know, I really miss those days. I don't think I'd ever see them again, but, you know, maybe, you know, one of these days, we might be able to open up for you guys.
Oh,
you know?
Oh, of course. We're gonna play a show. We'll put a tour together. Yes. Yeah.
Well, so actually, I mean, you guys are you're in recording for the new album, and we were talking about hopefully it will be out.
Yeah, hopefully sometime early fall or maybe late summer. Yeah, because I think we'll finish up the mastering maybe late August or maybe come in September, October, maybe. So
definitely, yeah. You know, we're trying to finish everything, wrap it up, you know, because we're just as excited, you know, to release it. So, but we want to take our time too, you know, to make sure everything sounds good. So I would say definitely not like as far as November or December. It's definitely before then. So
yeah.
So yeah, we're really excited to get that out.
Yeah.
And now you've been doing. I mean, you're in like good studios. Like Jess, you just got done doing tracks with Sorum.
Matt Sorum, at Drac Studios. So that's right in Beverly Hills. So we've been doing drums there for 2 weeks, and I mean, it was so fun. I knocked out drums in 3 days. It was crazy. But I mean, it's a great studio that he has there. He has like a lot of a huge snare collection actually, and like I was able to use one of the snares I think from Velvet Revolver. So it was a really fun process. So.
Yeah, I didn't expect the drums to take that long. So
I know.
she knocked it out in 3 days. I'm like, okay. So we had a lot of time to do bass.
Too much fun.
So yeah, we focused on bass and then piano there too.
So 3 days was quick for you, but long for you?
Long for me, yeah.
She's just sitting over
I'm not complaining though. I had fun.
Look at Jack. Jack is just like having high expectations. Hey, Jess, get in there and knock it out. You got 5 hours. Get it done or else.
3 espressos, 3 days. Let's do this.
Yeah, we're pretty competitive with each other. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm totally kidding.
So I mean, you know, Matt Sorum, he's a heavy hitter. He's played with a lot of huge bands, and of course, one of the most recent would have been Guns N' Roses. He played in the
3 studio albums.
Yes. So you know, and so what was it like to go inside? I mean, you're it's different from going into a studio that's just like a studio. You know, you have the engineers.
Yeah.
And you go in there, you know what you're going to do. They're going to ask you, hey, do you want a click track or not? You know, or whatever. But now you're going to the studio with Matt Sorum, who's been been playing forever. He's actually voted one of the top 20 drummers. In the world.
Man, yeah, his resume is just extensive, and I mean he's been with Nicole and also Hollywood Vampires, and gosh, just so many great bands. So like just walking into his studio, I could just just feel all the legendary music. You know, that's basically
Good vibes.
Good vibes, yeah.
So was there just like a little bit of an
gosh.
intimidation? Just like, oh my god. And
You know, to be honest, yes. at first, yeah, and then like once you sit at the drum set, then you kind of like you build off of that energy and that vibe. So it pushes you to just kind of mirror that, yeah, and just be yourself.
I mean, obviously you did feel comfortable because you knocked out how many songs in 3 days?
I believe it was 10 drum tracks. So
wow.
Yeah, but I mean, like the first 5 we had, we've been playing those at shows and stuff. But we had like 5 newer songs. But surprisingly, we knocked it out. We actually had a different way of recording it. So I mean, instead of me playing to a click track, we actually had a jam inside the drum room. So.
Nice.
Just knocking it out with guitar, because that's how we work. So
see, that's old. That's
you can't
old school.
separate us. Yeah, it's like old school. So,
yeah. And it makes it more personal.
Yes.
I think there's a lot more warmth
more fluid.
when you know that I mean, because you guys are a team. You're not only twins, but you guys are musically you're a team.
We are.
What would happen if like maybe Jackie was sick and you had to get someone to fill in? You had a gig. You can't back out because I don't know if you guys ever canceling a gig. So how would that feel?
No, if twins get sick, they both get sick.
That would just be scary. Oh gosh, I think 30-minute drum solo.
Maybe I could do it. I could play guitar and just like hit the cajon or something.
Oh, there you go.
I think it'd be easier for Jackie, but drums like you need like some kind of melody going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you kidding me? That'd still be really hard. Yeah, I don't know how. It's a lot of
Backtracks. There you go. Backtracks.
And so now, and now you're recording. Your tracks where, Jackie?
We're at Jinx's home studio, so we've been dialing in some good tones there. We just started last week, I believe. Last week on Wednesday. So we got through. We're doing a song a day, so just really chill process. So I think we knocked out like 4 or 5 songs. So. Yeah, he's in a nice place.
Yeah, and now mind you, we are talking about Jinx, the rhythm guitar player for Black Veil Brides, which is Otsko's favorite band.
She loves it.
She agrees.
I mean, I
For once, she agrees with you.
well, I love Black Veil. I love Black Veil Brides because when Otsko first, she came to my house and she got, you ever heard of Black Veil Brides? I go, yeah, I got a couple of their CDs, and so I showed her. So she took them. Of course, it took a long time to get the CDs. It took a long time to get the CDs back. She wanted to keep them, But I'm not dissing Blackbird Brides in any way, but she plays it so much the entire time she's with me. Honey, you gotta stop playing that.
That's great.
Just give it like a 15-20 minute break and play some, I don't know, something, anything.
Gosh, they've got some amazing albums too.
They did.
Yeah.
And they're great live.
Oh, they totally are. Yep. I think they actually got Best Live Band at the AP Awards. So they've been their inspiration since day one. So listening to them, 24/7, it really fueled our sound. So.
Yes.
Well, BSEC is if every couple has their out. Every couple has their out. Miranda, who's your out?
She's trying to think. Let's see.
She go, oh my God, you put me on the spot.
Like, I don't know.
Mine's Jessica Alba.
No.
Osco's is be a sec. She just, you know,
Be a
and
sec. I like how you
she's
said
that's when
that.
she's on her. She's on her. She has the picture that she took with him. She went and did the whole one-on-one thing.
Oh,
The
okay,
meet and greet.
The meet and greet, yeah, twice. So she's got on her
Yeah.
Facebook page.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, have you ever had that out? Have fun.
I know.
Enjoy.
We were supposed to go to that concert too. I think we were busy that
Yeah,
day.
we were busy. I know. I think it was the Glass House in Pomona.
Yeah, I was like,
Wow, what a great place
Yeah.
to see them. Yeah.
Awesome.
Last time I was at Glass House, I went and seen Fire and All Cylinders. Speaking of Fire and All Cylinders, they're on tour right now. They were hopefully, if they were had the ability to, and they were still in the right frame of mind, because they are now in Missouri. So, or Missouri.
Misra.
Misery.
Misery.
So, but I was talking to Rick's, who's the lead singer, and I'm like going, yeah, because before they went on tour, I was like, hey, it'd be great if you guys just, while you're on tour, just call in, and when I'll give you like 15 minutes, of time. So they might give us a shout. I'm sure they're probably not going to be sober.
They're definitely somewhere on the road right now. They said it was like an 18-hour drive.
Yeah, they
18
were.
hours. Wow, that's a long
Like
time.
straight from New Mexico all the way through.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. Gosh.
That's a lot of
State
Texas.
to state. Yeah. Yeah, totally.
So, which will be, on the agenda for? I mean, have you guys planning something like that?
Like a tour?
Yeah.
We're thinking that. Yeah, we've been thinking about it. Like after we release the album, we should. So
That's like a priority. Yeah, once we finish the album, we want people to hear it. So
yeah,
I see a world
that's-
tour in the making.
World tour.
we
I know.
we want to travel.
Much
So
needed.
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, how cool would that be if Black Veil said, "Hey, you guys want to open up on a few of these gigs?" I'd be like, "Oh, yeah."
That'd be epic. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a dream come true, And
Yeah.
it's still like, we feel like we're living the dream because, well, for me, I still look up to Jinx and Jake a lot, from Black Veil Brides, and
Yeah.
just to have the honor to work with them, and have them
insight.
have them actually like our music too. It's just, it's a blessing. It's really great. So it's a good
Yeah.
experience. So yeah,
No,
no,
they're releasing an album too. So
yeah, they are.
yeah.
And so now, how did that come about? How did the collaboration with you recording at Jinx Studio, and then also playing with him? Jinx joined you guys on live on stage.
Right, yeah. It all started, our manager, Pat, got us in touch with Jinx. So, so just getting in touch with him, it opened a lot of doors to have a recording and, just play shows. So it's all thanks to our manager.
Yeah, we owe a lot to him. So
Yeah.
shout out to Pat. Yes,
So-
shout out to him. He's been doing our posters and stuff, and
Yeah.
taking our photos for the posters and everything. So he's a really great manager.
He's done videos for Black Veil Brides. He's, done all their videos, actually. So.
music videos, even the Andy's new stuff too.
Yeah,
So-
really talented.
That's a great hookup. Because like they say, it's all about who you know. I mean, you can be a really, really good band, but man, you guys are a good band and have a hookup.
It's a lot of hard work.
Just don't
Stay
forget us.
grounded.
Don't forget us, little people. All right.
No, we're taking you guys
Never.
with us.
Yeah, we're going to Thailand.
Backstage passes for both of you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing is we have to get stuffed in a trunk. We're not going to get the plain seat. We're getting stuffed in a trunk.
A really big trunk.
I'd still be okay with that.
Yeah, be a lot of fun.
Would you mind getting stuffed in a trunk, Otsko?
No, we'll have her have a nice.
Oh, see, she'll be in the first.
kidding.
She'll be in first class. She'll be like stomping on the plane floor. Shut up, Zig. Shut up, Zig.
No, hopefully by then we'll have like a nice tour bus. We'll all have nice accommodation.
Your own private jet.
Yes.
Gosh,
Let's think big.
Yeah, let's go big and beyond.
Reach for
That's
the
what-
stars. Reach for the
Reach
stars.
for the stars. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
gosh,
See,
yeah.
and Rowena will be like, the mom sitting back and she'll have like smoke on her cigarette, but in one of those long old school, filtered
Yeah.
things, right?
Yeah.
She said she's cooking, so.
Oh,
There's
lumpia.
rolls.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Speaking of lumpia, I think I touched base with one of you or
With
Jess.
me, yeah.
And I tried making it.
You tried it? Okay. How'd that go?
Well, I texted you back and I said, "Wow, these came out terrible. They came out so bad. I didn't even want to send her a picture. I said, "I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it again." And Wow, epic fail again. That's two. I don't know if it's in the rolling or whatever. I mean, I
You're supposed to lick the inside
Videos.
like it's a giant blunt. Just lick it, and then that's
I
good.
don't know about that one. There is a technique to rolling it. Yeah. Oh man,
I just couldn't do it. And actually, I got really close. Otsko, I think I had some left over, and you came over, and but they were kind of like, they didn't look like lumpia. They were just, they looked more like mini cheese
casserole,
mini deep fried burritos. They're all flat and everything.
Oh, that's sad.
Everybody goes through that phase. Yeah.
I can't.
It's all right, I'll teach you. I know. Yeah.
So
there's a trick to it.
Some kind of free time. I know that it's rare, but man, some kind of free time. I'm gonna have to go to your guys' house and get a lesson on making lumpia.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite foods of all time.
You'll be an expert lumpia roller,
right?
Yes.
Then I'll start I'll get my own cooking channel going.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes.
Lumpia with Zig.
Yep.
And I'm gonna start.
We can do it here
like
on the Zig Zone.
I'm gonna do different types of lumpia.
Let's just bring
Pizza
the grill here into the studio.
Lumpia. Yeah.
Barbecue pork rib lumpia. I'll just have all kinds of different ones.
Yeah.
You can just slice it up and put the pieces on top of pizza.
Right. Hey, that's smart. Yeah. It's almost like tamales. You can put anything in there.
Yes, tamale pizza.
Tamales, I can kick down tamales.
What if you did lumpia tamales?
Strawberry tamales are good. You're onto something, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I try that.
I wonder how that would work.
Just wrap it, pretty much. Cook it that way.
Because you got the masa, but that would be a pretty good sized lumpia, though.
Yeah.
That's good, yeah.
You could do that in the banana leaf. That style tamale.
Oh yeah.
And make it super greasy.
Well, that banana leaf tamales. That's what's south of
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be more like a dessert thing too? Or you could
You
make
can do them with
anything,
dessert. Yeah. You can do all kinds of sweet tamales.
That's true.
Can you do sweet lumpia?
Is there such thing as sweet
You could
lumpia?
add plantains or banana.
Yeah.
No, what's that banana thing that we eat? It's like a Filipino dessert. Oh gosh, like the rice cake stuff. Yeah, and it's wrapped in the. What is it?
Is it with sesame?
Mom.
The rice cake. With she knows what I'm talking about.
You mean like
Oh gosh.
Banana rice cake?
Yeah, it's like a rice cake. Yeah. It's like wrapped in the green. You know, I'll tell you about it later. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I can't even think of
Now I'm getting hungry. We went from metal to food.
Those two go together though. So.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
You know, this is the metal cooking hour.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I know.
Hey, Mikey.
Yes, sir. How can I help you?
Are we ready to hear a little bit of the Dianthus?
We can hear whatever you would like to hear, sir.
All right, very good. So we've got so it's going to be in the same order that you had it in. So what is the first song we're going to be listening to?
I believe the first one is a single that we released, Within Hazel Eyes. So I believe that's the first one.
Let's take a look at it.
Filling walls I'd have to climb. Your face frame of my silent scream of mine. When I'm weak I cannot speak. I'm running on empty. Not how it should be. Are you near me? Am I breathing? I'm trying to find what has been broken within you. Can you see me? Do you feel me? I'm trying to find the person I once thought I knew. Don't search for what you know is lost. It's a line you always see. you wake up, look into my eyes, don't become what you despise. No face frame of my silent scream of mine. When I'm weak, I cannot speak. You're running on empty. Not how you should be. Are you near me? Am I breathing? I'm trying to find what has been broken within you. Can you see me? Do you fear me? I'm trying to find a person I once thought I knew.
That, my friends, is what I'm talking about. And it's I'm going to say it again. If I didn't know you guys, and I were to be like, listen to this tune and didn't know you guys, and I'm saying I'm listening to it, and I walked right by you guys, everyone would have thought that, oh no, it couldn't have been them. Even if Dave would have said, hey, that's Dianthus right there. That's them jamming right now. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. It's amazing because that's what I'm saying. You guys are just it's like you're living two different worlds. You got then you go you live your normal life and you're out there and like even like when you came tonight, I said, well, you're not in costume. You're not in costume.
Fresh out the studio. Straight out of the studio.
But then to see you live, that's what gets people. And I think that's one of the biggest things when people who know you are and they see you, and maybe they see like your average pictures, you post something, if you're hanging out with family or something like that, and then they go to one of your gigs, you're like going, what? What?
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
What happened to you?
That's what happened the first time they were on the air. I wasn't even I was expecting another guest. The guest backed out. Kid said, "Hey, you know what? Do you have a guest tonight?" He called me like with an hour to go, before the show or something like that, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, my guest just canceled out. So who do you got? He goes, man, I got this all girl band, almost anywhere. You gotta hear, man. Can they come on a show? Well, wow, what the hell?
Yeah, that was the first time I think we came.
The first time, yeah.
And
then of course I'm listening, and I'm like, and I'm sitting here, 30 seconds into the first song, I'm like going, what the hell? What is sitting in front of me right now?
Gosh.
Because we're talking Gigantor metal, and I'm looking at three because you had your original singer,
right?
And I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
This is. I'm actually just sitting here blown away, and I couldn't stop listening to it.
That was right when we started getting into like metal and the hard stuff.
We've evolved a lot since then.
Yeah. We actually started off like playing hard rock music, and then it just progressed into metal. So
I think because we constantly we had that drive to just challenge ourselves continuously. So eventually we pushed through to the, you know, more complex stuff. But
no, like
but,
even the bands we're listening to at the time totally changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's so many influences we pull from. But
I think, was that 2 years ago? Man, that was like,
no, that was longer than that.
that was like 3, 4, 5, 2013. I am so lost. Yeah, I know it's been a while, but yeah.
Well, I mean, because you guys, this is your third time being on the show. Jess was part of the drum clinic for the first year,
I
right?
think it was the first year, 2015. I think.
Yeah. So, you
Good old
guys
days.
aren't new here.
No, this is our second home. Yeah.
And then of course, you know, then I know Joe. You know, my Uncle Joe calls in, and then he's like going, "Yeah." He showed me a video of them on his cell phone on Thanksgiving, and I mean, he's like going, "Yeah, check these. You got to have these girls on your show." And I'm watching, I go, "Wow, they're pretty talented." You know, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, he calls in on the show, and I'm like, and I'm like, he's like, "Yeah." Remember that video I showed you on Thanksgiving? I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, they're sitting in front of you."
yeah.
So
Uncle Joe,
that was
Joe.
pretty amazing. Yeah, actually, he's my son just got done. He went on a road trip with them. They took off in his motorhome.
Okay.
And they drove to Texas. So they did a few things on the way to Texas, and then
Nice.
Drake stayed with his Nina in Texas for the last 2 weeks, and they took off. They're on the way to like Florida, or then they're going to go to, I don't know, Oklahoma. They're going to South Dakota or something like that. So he's got this
fun.
long old big old
Gee.
retirement. Must be nice.
I know, nice, yeah.
Well, especially when you retire from SCE.
Oh yeah.
John, is John retiring anytime soon, Raina? No, he's
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
been
like
everywhere.
oh man,
Yeah, that was a coincidence. That's funny.
that was that was absolutely blown away. But you know, and ever since then, I've just been just really blessed to have you guys here.
Oh, thank you.
So I had another question. That's right. So I'm going through the internet. And I found
The internet
The
working.
internet, I know.
I found
So
something,
ominous.
and you were in, was it Modern Drummer Magazine?
Oh, I believe it was, or actually, was it Drum Magazine?
Drum
I think it was
Magazine.
Drum Magazine.
Okay,
Yeah,
Nice.
I think it was Robert Seawright. He was on the front.
right.
Snarky Puppy, I believe. Yeah, yeah.
You're looking
I
at
think
me.
it was January 2016, I believe. Yeah, that was a while back. I gave you a shout out too, and then so. Yeah,
Nice.
that's fun.
I mean, that's so awesome. That wow. I mean, really.
Yeah,
I wish if I would have been in a drum magazine, because it just was like really like amazed at your percussion, and because I mean you started playing with piano and all these
Classical,
instruments and
classical.
and then all of a sudden she puts a pair of drumsticks in her hand, and then it's like, okay, here goes the neighborhood,
Yeah, I know. The rest is history.
right?
Yeah.
Kiss your eardrums goodbye, everybody.
Oh gosh, I know. Our neighbors are pretty nice. They actually never complained when I was practicing, so that's good.
or maybe they just lost their hearing.
Or maybe they did. I know. Well, I practice inside the house, so that's better than in the garage.
yeah.
It's too noisy in the garage.
No, we have all our other stuff in the garage. That's our workout room.
Yeah.
Well, when I say, because my dad wouldn't let us play in the house, so we played in the garage, and then we started playing, and then he'd come home, and he'd just in the garage door would just lift up, and he'd like going, shut that stuff down.
The cymbals and
So we
all.
tried to figure out how are we going to, at least kind of do our best to soundproof this room. We would run around and at all like the restaurants and stuff, and we would get all the egg the can, because it was made out of like a paper. And they still have it, for a while it was styrofoam, but they still have it in the paper kind of material. We went out.
That's great for recording studios.
We were out
It does
with-
the same thing as these.
Yeah, we stole the shopping cart from, I think it was like Gemco or something like that, and just started walking around and to all the grocery stores, because they would throw, or the restaurants and things like that, and they would throw that things away, and we would just
Right.
keep collecting them. We must have had, thousands of them. But it worked.
Okay.
Nice.
As long as there's a will, there's a will.
But it was.
I remember just trying to put carpet everywhere.
Oh my god.
But that's why I have my drums in the living room.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the best
I'm not
place.
playing in the garage. It's hot out there.
I know. Yeah. Exactly.
There's a room at our house. Our house is too small. I'm looking to get a house here in a couple months, but right now their house over.
Yeah, look for a big giant room for drums and more drums and amps.
Yeah, that.
Amps.
Or you can get like a tough shed or something, but then that get pretty hot too.
Yeah, that would be pretty.
Or
hot.
just get an electric.
If you got a
set.
metal like a heavy duty shed and an air conditioner unit with it, you can make that work.
You can make it
need.
work. Yeah.
All right,
But yeah, that's gonna be loud.
anyways, we do have to pay some bills, and so stick around with Dianthus if you want to call in. We come back. We're back in 2 and 2, 909-360-8330. You can chat in on live on the YouTube on the Kaotic Radio live now. We will be back with Dianthus. are back live with Dianthus. I actually have a message sent to me. Good question. So, ask the girls, how did they get hooked up with one of my favorite bands, Black Veil Brides? So, which is interesting because there's a lot of band that he's actually in a band.
Okay.
And so, how does obviously because you guys kick ass, how did that collaboration come around?
Well, kind of like we said earlier, we recently, well, not recently, it's been like a year since we got connected and met up with our manager now. His name is Pat. And, it was through him that, we were able to work with Jinx and, start doing recording and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we do owe a lot to him. So I would just say, mutual friends and stuff. So, yeah.
So now, like mutual friends, or was it like, were you doing a gig and then they approached you and it's like, hey, Pat. Did he come and say, wow, I really love your guys' sound. I would love to work with you. How did that come about?
Well, actually, to be more specific, we played the show at the Exhibit A Gallery, and that was last year, I believe. Yeah, in May. And so Pat invited Jinx to come see us at the showcase. That's kind of like when the friendship began, We're still like acquaintances. So, yeah, he watched our set. It was a really short one. Yeah. And so things just started happening from there. So, yeah, that was our first show.
Right.
Well, that's how a lot of, a lot of bands. Obviously, Jinx is, sitting there going like, wow, he watches you guys jam and he's like, wow. And which the same thing that happened with obviously Black Veil Brides. Jinx signed up with them in 2009. But just, that's how that works. Someone's really amazed and then they see it. Then the collaboration starts, and next thing you know, you guys are, here on Kaotic Radio, and then next thing you know, you're on KCAL and then whatever other radio station in Chicago and New York, and then I'll be sitting there going like, I know them, I know them.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yes. So yeah, hopefully that answered his question. So yeah, it's we owe all of our our endeavors and stuff to Pat. So yeah, he's been helping us get these shows, actually, the ones coming up, and everything we've been doing, especially all the Hollywood stuff, all the LA stuff,
right,
because that's where he's from. We're from Riverside, so yeah, we pretty much. I think hopefully we made an impact on our Inland Empire scene, and so now our job is to get into LA and infiltrate there.
That's where everything's at,
Yeah, it's the heart of the music industry, the arts.
And I had another one here that I did close with that. Okay, here we go. Okay. Now one of the because you were on April's show before you were on mine. Am I correct? For Rag House?
Yes. Radio.
Yes. Yeah. And she's empowerment of women. And so the question is being a all female band artists, why is it that much harder for females to break into the music scene? That's a really good question, because if you think about it, think about all the really good female bands, even if you were just not even just all female, but female front, like the Wilson sisters.
Oh gosh,
Ann and Nancy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Nowadays it's probably a little bit easier than it was then.
Right.
It was mainly a man's, world.
Male dominated. Yeah.
Male dominated.
Yeah, James Brown wrote a song about that.
Right? It's not anymore. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's. And then not only the Wilson sisters. I really can't name like a whole bunch. We have Scott McLaughlin. We have Scott McLaughlin in the house. Day Zero and Mr. Kyle. We were actually talking about you earlier when.
Oh, nice.
Because I was telling Jess, because Jess was part of the drum clinic, and
nice.
She used to be. Yeah, year before.
Yeah, she was one of the original panel members for the first year, and you guys had school and everything. It's a busy,
it was a busy year. So.
Yeah, very busy. So and Jess, she's like, I'm really sorry. I'm like, I understand. I was really bummed because it was nice not just having the guys inside here, but having a female perspective on things,
Right.
and it's just an encouragement for other females, because I can see how
It was
females
fun.
can get discouraged.
Oh, totally. Especially like with drums, because like it's definitely a male-dominated instrument. But like, I mean, there's no reason to be shy. I mean, I have to admit I was shy when I first started playing drums, but you adapt to it and you kind of get that confidence, and that empowerment. So just take it full force.
Yeah, and also
So
like
different,
yeah. With any instrument, like you don't ever want to compare yourself just because you're a girl, because obviously like like women are built different than guys, so you're going to have a different touch to any instrument. So and we also got some cool insight from Steve Vai, back when we went to NAMM. And
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was actually an all female kind of like award show. So yeah, it was called the She Rocks
She Rocks.
Awards. Yeah, and so
Nice.
he actually talked about like this topic a little bit. Like don't compare yourself because you can add a lot. Different creative stuff.
The
So-
different notes that come out.
Yeah.
Or same thing, just a different field, different perspective. So I mean, just you have to embrace it.
Yeah, so don't compare yourself. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Well, and then
Yeah.
you've got, I mean, like Janis Joplin, when
yeah.
she came out,
Yeah.
very few female artists at the time. So it was very hard coming up at that point. And then, of course, then you had Sherry Curry, Joan Jett,
Jett,
Lita Ford. There was the Runaways.
Yes.
And which I was really stoked when I was in Visions to open up for Sherry Curry on the show, and also for Lita Ford at the M15, which was really just awesome. I mean, Sherry Curry was really cool. I didn't, no disrespect, she was a really awesome person, but man, Lita Ford and Joan Jett were just like two. I mean, man, if I can just meet these females, and then
Still rocking it,
when we
yeah.
played Lita Ford's. Her tour bus was in the back, and then when she came off, we were to load up our equipment, and we were just sitting there talking, and she goes, "Hey, you want a shot?"
It's just casual.
Really? You should ask me how many would I like, because if I'm going to sit in a tour bus with you, let's break out that bottle. We're going to have some fun. Very humbling, which you guys are too, which is really nice because you guys engage with everybody. When you're on the stage, you engage the audience, you talk to them and things like that. It's just awesome. Kind of like Nickelback. Nickelback, don't say nothing to this guy.
Zig likes Nickelback.
I'm a huge Nickelback fan, but they still in between songs they'll engage the audience. That's what you guys do, and it just makes everybody a part of it. Okay,
I don't think they're that bad. They're like in Nickelback's defense.
Nickelback kicks ass. I got my tickets for the Greek.
They're just like the band that everybody loves to hate nowadays.
Dude, I got you a ticket too.
So much hate now. Why?
They're just a jam band.
Yeah, like I really want to buy Scott a ticket. And him like, these guys fucking suck, man.
They'd probably love him. He'd be jumping up and down. Thank you so much, Zig.
So I got another question here. Is most bands you can figure out where they got their influence. Dianthus has a sound of their own, which is really good,
That
really
means a
good
lot.
comment. That is because when you get a lot of bands on, and one of my first things is I say, okay, I hate saying like if it was my band, okay, well, if Jackie were to say, okay, so what does your band sound like? I don't want to be like, okay, well, we kind of sound like Metallica and Ozzy and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's like we sound like us. Your guys' sound. You can't really think about when you listen to your music. You can't say, oh, well, they kind of have like this kind of sound and they kind of sound like this. You guys really sound like you.
Wow, that's a really, really nice compliment.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like to answer that question, I guess if it's a question or it's more of a comment.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
But
Yeah.
a compliment or comment. But yeah, like me and Jessica, we have obviously different influences. She likes a lot of Rush, prog
Time
stuff.
signature stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and Tool and everything. And not that I don't, but like I listen, I love those bands. Yeah, but I listen to like Bullet and stuff. Bullet from Valentine, Black Veil Brides, of course. Some Slipknot, and just a culmination of that is Dianthus.
It's like one big metal fruit salad, right?
Yeah, I can't pick like one band that we sound like. I always say Evanescence, but they have a sound of their own too.
I think
so.
look-wise, maybe, yeah. Well, the look and the sound, I mean, they go hand in hand, but sound-wise, it comes from everywhere, The two of us, we have so much different music tastes. So
it's hard for me to compare it to because I love so many different bands. So
right.
yeah, so I can totally understand where that comment's coming from because yeah, we're a fruit salad of a band, I like to say. Bunch of stuff thrown in. So
Well,
yeah.
and you've also been through, you know, quite a bit of a lineup.
Yeah.
I've watched the changes since I've first started following you, but that last song I did not know that's just you too.
Oh, Within Hazel Eyes, the single? Yeah. Both of us wrote that. That was actually our first song as Dianthus. So, that was, just a fun time just trying to find our sound, actually. Just because it was a half of inspiration listening to music, and the other half was like, hey, what can we do with, what we're listening to? So we kind of created our own kind of method of writing songs.
Yeah.
And it kind of just, came. So it's like it takes you on a journey, that song.
It does. Yeah, it's like a big puzzle piece. When we finally finished it, it's like, oh, okay, things start making sense. And obviously that's probably my favorite to play live, Hazel Eyes, and we like to close up with that song too.
Yeah.
Well, this gets them crazy.
And also amazing that it's just you too. I mean, filling all the slots. I mean, there's only a few musicians that have ever done that. Like one for like Phil Collin, he recorded an entire album, just him.
I didn't even know that. Wow.
Dave Grohl does that.
Yeah, Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl, yeah. Dave Grohl's a really talented, guy. I'm not a huge fan, but I love his drums. He's got a
Lenny
really
Kravitz too.
That's right.
Yeah,
I didn't.
What about
Prince too?
Prince, yeah.
Oh well, Prince. Come on. I mean,
Well, not anymore.
is there an instrument that he did not know how to play?
Well,
No.
talented.
I don't think so, yeah.
I mean, what is
Bruno
what is that
Mars.
Australian
That pop kid. Yeah, Bruno Mars plays everything.
I've seen. I haven't. Does he really?
I seen him play drums for some. I think it was like a Super Bowl halftime show, and he was on drums. I was like, "Whoa, who is this kid?" I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's right.
That's
He
great.
did. That was Super Bowl, and then he did like a little drum solo. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was kicking ass.
Yeah, he's really good too.
So,
So we're off at a tangent now.
straight. Well, at least we're bringing up really good musicians.
Yeah, it's-
that's,
to give
that's the
credit,
whole
yeah.
thing.
Totally.
So, I had a question. Oh, there we go.
The wall.
I had a. Well, I'm trying to think of this question.
It
You
was
got a
about them
question?
playing different parts.
Go ahead and ask the question. 'Cause I want to ask this question. I haven't. Ask my question.
You want me to ask you a
Don't
question?
just sit there.
It's gonna come.
How has your music evolved? Like that was the first song. Like what is the new stuff like? How is
the
it
new
different for you?
stuff. Well, I mean, now it's just like we're adding more emotion. So, I mean, we have our select ballads that we're kind of embarking on. And then we have more of the heavy hitting stuff. So, like,
Yeah.
a lot of different progressive times. So, it kind of adds more personality.
Cool.
But yeah, ballads and all that. So.
Yeah, so it's like it's not like our new metal album. It's not all metal, It's a culmination of different stuff. There's like ballads and stuff, and we have a cool piano song too that we
Right.
can't wait to finish. So, yeah,
We want to show
Very
all
excited.
aspects of what, we could do.
Well,
Ballads, slow stuff.
diverse.
See, that's great because I like listening to albums where it takes you on a ride, a journey. Not, we've talked about it even on the Drum Clinic. We've talked about, when you listen to the first 2 or 3 songs, you've listened to the whole album. They might have 10 songs on it, but you've already listened to the entire album.
Yeah.
And that's what is it shows versatility, talent, and it also makes you want to keep on listening because now each song is not the same.
Right.
You're taking someone on a journey. So the songwriting. So I'm a terrible songwriter. If the song's already written and then I just like I have this I read the lyrics and I go, maybe you should say this right here. I think this should be a little bit. That's all I have. I can't.
That's all I got.
I can't write from the beginning to the end. So who does that part? Is it a collaboration between you two, or?
Oh,
Definitely.
it's totally a collaboration. I mean, it starts off like usually music-wise. Jackie will do some guitars, and I'll just kind of like I'll kind of find my own sound as far as drums. Like trying to mirror what the chords are and stuff. But I think we mainly build our sound off of lyrics, like whatever we write down. Since I write lyrics. Whatever the messages of the song, we want our music to and live in with that. So.
Yeah, and it's hard to like say like a definite structure of how we write each song because it's different every time. Like
Yeah, it's never
sometimes
the same.
Yeah, sometimes I'll come up with a riff first, or sometimes like I'll have a vocal melody first. So Yeah, it's different every time, but mainly it's like she'll go on autopilot and write a whole bunch of words, you know, not even sentences. And then I'll pick out key points and stuff and paste them together, you know. Yeah.
I promise I'm sane when I'm writing lyrics. I'm sane, I know.
Yeah.
But it's just, you have to kind of, you know, you can't let things, negative things interfere because you just want to make sure it's, you know, a positive message ultimately. So
yeah, but you do want to, of course, since we're metal, you know, we can't completely cut out like feelings of anger and stuff.
true.
We like to include that in there. So different feelings and stuff.
Yeah, you got to talk when you're pissed off. That always makes a good song.
Yep.
That's
Gotta have the
I
whole
agree.
spectrum.
You really
yeah.
drop D, drops. Yo, I'm
It's a
upset
mean
today.
riffs there. Exactly.
It's a healthy release. You know?
This guy did not hold the
Yeah,
door
that's
open
true.
me.
Yeah.
Don't. It's oh, actually, you know what? It happened to me today. I was at the post office. I don't want to get off the deal. I was opening the door. I opened up a door and for a lady, she came in. She said, "Thank you." And then as I walked through, then there was a couple more ladies, and so I held the door, and they said, "Thank you, thank you." Wow, because I had a rant on a show about a month and a half ago, and we were talking about just people like, you know, when you open the door, they just don't acknowledge.
Oh, that's expected. Like, yeah, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Like, yeah.
I can write a song about this.
It just goes to your heart, man. It just kills my heart.
I remember my question because we were talking about collaborating. Now, you guys, this is probably a year and a half ago. I forget the studio, but you guys did a soon with the other two guys.
Oh, okay.
I have to have him pull it up because Scott's got to hear this.
Okay.
That's all right.
It was a cover song.
Was it Love the Way You Lie?
Yes.
I believe.
Yes.
Okay, that was we had a lot of fun doing that one.
That one was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Scott, you're gonna get blown away on this fucking song. Mikey.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still on though. I'm not.
Are you sure?
Hopefully
I just want him to look it up.
Okay.
Tell Mikey.
Fingers crossed. It's
I
still
need your
on.
attention.
Yeah, I had to turn off the fan real quick. I apologize.
Okay, very good. Tell him what to look up. See if he can find it. If anybody can find it, the Gandalf will find it.
The Gandalf.
Okay.
Look,
Yes.
Full title.
Go ahead.
I think Love the Way You Lie. I think was it Dianthus cover?
Yes, Love the Way You Lie, Dianthus cover. Did I say that too fast?
No,
Nope, that's perfect.
He's got it. He's already on.
I hear the typing.
I can hear the
Type
clicking.
in
Right?
Clickety, clickety.
So while he's looking at
Clickety-click.
that was just a very intense
Who's it a cover
cover
by?
song.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
It was not Alicia Key.
Skylar Grey.
Well, I know
Yeah.
Rihanna actually did one. With
Okay, yeah.
Eminem.
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
That's it. We did.
It's like a
Yeah,
rap.
that's the one that's coming up.
It is. Wow. I mean, when they did that, you were actually playing keys.
Yes, I was doing piano. So
Yeah, on
and
that
I think
one.
we had one of the brothers on drums.
Yes.
Yeah, it was nice to
bass.
take a step off and you know go to the softer stuff. So, but it was still very expressive.
Yeah, I think we did the Skylar Grey version, but we did like a metal kind of hard rock rendition. So
Yeah. Is the video still up there? I'm not really sure though.
He's looking. As long as I can
Still
hear
more
those
typing.
keys on.
Yeah.
Can you hear the typing?
He's trying option B.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work, Mikey. That's why you're back there, buddy.
Gandalf.
no worries, no worries.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the way you lied. Dianthus cover. Yeah, it's not.
Oh man.
Maybe it got
Yeah,
taken
well, how
down.
can it disappear off of YouTube?
Because of copyright infringements.
Oh,
No.
If it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think we infringed
No, it's
any
legit. If
you-
copyright.
I know. We said it was a cover.
Oh, I know, but
Yeah.
they'll if there's anything that's copyrighted that you don't have their permission, they'll yank it. I mean, there was a video I did of just me riding a quad around, and it had part of a Marilyn Manson song. And
Oh,
they
background
yanked,
music?
They yanked the video just because of the background.
What?
They
Damn
didn't
that
say
Marilyn
his name
Manson.
in there.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So
Maybe that's
they're-
oh
they're-
man.
If someone
I mean, do you
catches
have it
it,
on
it
your
just takes
phone or
one
something?
idiot to. You know,
It's the
That's
stupid
like-
YouTube police.
That's like free advertisement, dude. I'm
I
out
know.
riding my quad.
Yeah,
I'm
no
having
shit.
fun. I'm listening to Marilyn Manson. I mean, come on, really?
Oh man.
Osco,
Yeah, stuff.
my love.
Marilyn, you can suck it. Sorry, we're keeping it clean. Keeping it clean.
Osco, my love, my better half. Can you do me a huge favor, sweetie pie? My muffin. Can you give me another beer, please? Yes. Where is it? It's inside the refrigerator.
Right here.
Oh dang. Well, that's about
Thank you,
didn't
sweet.
pop up.
Well, she never
That was your
comes. She
girl.
never
I'm
comes.
going, why does she look so damn familiar?
Yeah, you've met.
Do we have more?
Well,
on the
she
thumb
never
drive?
comes in the studio. That's what everyone's like.
Is there more music you brought in?
Yeah, he's got it, but he's still looking this up. Like they gotta hear us. We have time. Yeah, we got time. It's only at 10.
I wish I had it on
Thank
my
you,
phone.
sweetie. I love you,
I
honey.
know. Let me see if I can try
Yeah,
to
because
find it.
I'm not sure if the video's still up there, but we can try to see if we have the recording of it.
Oh, there you
But,
go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Gandalf, you're about to get fired, dude.
Right.
Oh, it's not.
She's like, did I transfer my data on my phone?
So how old are you guys?
You got to get all those
Because you guys
folders.
look very young.
Just turned 21.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
wow.
turned 21.
Okay.
May 10th.
And how long have you guys been like playing and all that?
Let's see. Well, we've been doing music since we were 7, but like
Nice.
the whole band thing started when we were 12. So
Okay. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I
Maybe,
started playing when I was like
12-ish.
10 and started band stuff when I was like 13.
oh, awesome. Yeah. I mean, that's a great age to start.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the age.
definitely. The younger the better. And
Well, I think when when you
Mhm.
start at that age, it just becomes a part of you. You know.
It does. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then again, people do kind of fall off. Like, I ain't got time for this. They have families and things like that. I mean, I've done the whole family thing. Never stop.
it's dedication.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, some people don't like it. But then again, they might find another instrument.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
The triangle. I'm just kidding. The triangle.
I like the triangle.
Yeah.
It's good for some funk
I
sound.
remember the instrument didgeridoo. I bet you Prince could play the didgeridoo also. You know what didgeridoo is?
Oh, is that the Australian?
Yeah.
Sepultura does a lot of that stuff.
That's just crazy sounding.
Didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Now you've stepped in some deep didgeridoo.
What did you do now?
Oh, goodness.
But
My jokes.
hey, Mikey, are we Gandalf? Are we like are we like at a lost cause in that one?
We have Digidoos. We have a Tool cover and a acoustic cover, and that's pretty much all that's coming up.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
okay, let's take it
we've
on.
got the other song because you brought another one.
Yeah, our other single that we
Okay,
released. Yeah.
and so go ahead and what is the name of that one?
Yeah, so this next one, it's one of our singles, our second ones, and it's called While We Live.
And what is it about?
While we live, I mean, it's simply in the title. I mean, we all got this one life to live, and you want to find what you're happy with. You want to pursue that, because, it's just your passion. So we wrote that song about continuing to press forward with whatever it is you want to pursue and not letting any, negative voices or other perspectives make you fall off track. So it's about pushing forward, despite, all the downfalls. Yes.
See, that's great because I've asked that question. Some bands we've had inside and say, "So what's the song about?" Oh, I don't know. I made everything rhyme. It sounded good.
I mean,
flowed
that's a
with
simple
it.
answer.
That's the hardest part
But
about
no.
songwriting.
Like I said, to make it actually have some kind of meaning. You know what I mean? Oh, you see yourself?
Yeah, I'm kind of tripping out.
Going, hey, look, I'm live.
Like, am I on the left side
I
or the
didn't
right
even see
side?
myself yet.
So as I sat there and I interrupted, are we ready to play that one, Gandalf?
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, there you go.
Good answer.
Let's rock this place.
Finding with the left for me, a reason for my sanity. What had me to believe such things? Seeing me as victimized, what is deep inside, pressing on far beyond fragments, was igniting the adrenaline. I breathe, exhale everything. This is what it's going to be. What has caused you to stop in your tracks? You can't see because you're looking back to the days that feel like forever. Are they something to remember? You can silence this somehow. Bring us to an end. Conquer this somehow. adrenaline. I breathe to everything. This is what it's going to be. When hands calls you to stop in your tracks, you can't see me cause you're looking back to the days that feel like forever. Are there something to remember? Silence this somehow. Bring us to an end. We can conquer this somehow. Things is falling. Silence this somehow. Bring us to an end. We can conquer this somehow. Things is falling.
Yes, that is what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I know. I actually had someone click in and say, "How do I chat in?" Excuse me. You have to subscribe. You got to click subscribe. That's how you're going to chat in. So, in case anybody didn't know that, I should have. Maybe I should explain that. When,
Quick disclaimer.
Explain.
Right.
Blaine.
How do I chat in? Well, subscribe.
Subscribe. That's how you do
But
it.
as long as you're viewing, that's good.
Subscribe or you can call in.
That's fine. Here's the problem with a lot of people. They get nervous. I get nervous when I call in to someone else's show. I do. I don't know what it is. I mean,
Really?
I
can
have a
imagine
show,
that. Yeah.
but when I call in, it's just like, and I get all like twisted in the
You have
stomach.
more balls on the
and
phone than you do in
everything.
person, so it's a little,
Right?
it's a little different.
Yeah.
Right?
When you're here,
Telephone tough guy.
Telephone.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right.
I couldn't imagine that. That's. I didn't know that.
Which why I had a few, texts. It's like, everyone wants a text nowadays. We talked about that on my show a few months ago. Nobody communicates anymore.
right?
Nobody talks.
We're all like robots.
Talk.
much, yeah.
Talk to me. I'd love to hear your voice. That right there. So what'd you think about that, Scott?
Oh, that was badass. No, it was really good.
Thank you so
Some
much.
good,
Thank you so much.
Good harmonies, good beats. Solid driving. It was cool.
Thank you.
Scott, we were out front. We were taking a break, and Scott's like, "Oh man, hearing that." And I'm looking at them too. I just can't see them playing that. That's the amazing thing. I love to be amazed. And again, once I heard them for the first time, I was like, "Oh, that's it. I'm hooked. That's a done deal." Do we have to take a break, Mikey?
break
Is it
time
mandatory?
I'll be, you don't want me to get
just took
yelled
a
at,
break.
do you?
Gotta pay your dues.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. It just.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, we're on the roll right now.
Yeah.
Get on the roll. Get on the roll.
Man, all right, F it. So, Mikey, I'm telling you right now, Mikey comes in, he says he found it.
Yep.
I almost found it.
Almost, I think.
Almost.
Yeah.
He like
that
wrote
wasn't
it
it.
on a piece of paper
Oh,
with this
so-
kind of ink that just like it's like smelling up the entire
Yeah,
room.
I'm like,
So we're all
holy
buzzed now.
smokes, and we're like going, wow, that's some strong old
Yeah,
ink
that's-
right
I was so
Hey.
excited I found it. Now you're taking it away from me.
Strong stuff.
So let's hear this, dude. Do you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I was told it is incorrect. I apologize.
It's actually, I believe he may have found her old NAM interview.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
So
okay.
I don't know why it had like the old title attached
I
to
think the
it.
hashtags get mixed up and
Yeah, dang it! Like if we
It's a
would've known, we
glitch in the
should've put it
matrix.
on there.
it is
Yeah.
a glitch. Yeah.
I just love that so much when you guys first did that. It was just like, who would have thought you could have done that song metal? I mean, I'm sure you know people could have tried, but
Yeah.
not done it like that.
It was a lot of fun.
Why'd you look at me? I'm like, I didn't try.
I
Like, what?
I really wanted Scott to hear this. I mean, Scott's in the music industry. I mean, anything and anybody, Scott is there.
Oh man. Yeah.
And it's I just wanted him
Dang,
to hear
that's
that
a
so
bummer.
bad.
Yeah. Well, we actually we did that song. It was 2015, I think.
Yeah, it's December 2015.
Yeah. It was a really fun cover. I think my voice has changed a lot though since then, because
We had like baby angel voice. I think that's how you can describe it.
yeah. But
I
no,
remember
that was a
playing it.
lot of fun though.
Like one of the drum clinics, I think we played it.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. I want to hear it
We want to hear
now.
it now.
I don't care about then. I want now.
Maybe we can do a new video.
You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find it.
Okay.
I can guarantee I'm going to find it. And I mean, even though you might not be here at the time, I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make sure that I'm cranking
No, I
that
think
up.
we have
For
it on
sure.
our computer at home or something. It's it's buried
Yeah.
there in the files.
Yeah, I need to. We need to put that thing on rotation. I don't care what anybody says about copyright infringement. You know what? Come on and knock on my front door, and I'll give you a copyright right across your chin.
Oh man, don't mess with Zig.
Don't mess.
Don't mess with me. Don't mess with my girls.
Don't mess.
Don't mess with my little cousins. I'll kick your booty. I could have said that way differently, but I'm trying to keep it clean.
Keeping it clean.
Keeping it clean today. Trying to be respectful.
ones.
I don't want Rowena, man, throwing her cell phone and hitting me upside the forehead.
She's got it. She's aiming right now.
Scream, aim, fire. Oh man.
So
At least I have her to block
I had
me.
another question. Like, oh my god, man.
It's another Zig brain
Went
fart.
off. Oh. Well, we're talking about While We Live, and
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well.
There we go.
Okay. So now, who wrote the song? Did you guys both bring that forward? Because there was like you attacked, then you kind of went subtle, and then you attacked. And you went then you really attacked it, and the double bass was just absolutely phenomenal on it.
Oh,
I mean,
thanks.
you got into a really hyper moment there, like
Yeah, crazy
okay,
stuff.
like just like took a shot of like
That's really funny. It's like out of nowhere, right? Yeah.
just twice the speed, just like kicking it. What tell us what kit you play?
I was just gonna
I mean,
ask that.
I know,
Okay.
but
I was just gonna ask that.
you're gonna love her answer.
All right.
Yeah, I actually play a Drumcraft. I'm not sure if you guys heard of that, but they're a German-made kind of brand. So I play a Drumcraft kit. It's a Siberian birchwood, so it has like a
Whoa.
nice low tone to it. It's a 5-piece kit, and the setup that I have, it's like one tom, and you got the ride cymbal sitting right on top of the kick, and then 2 toms kind of on your right side.
2 floors.
Yeah, 2 floors. Yeah, so I have that set up, but like snare-wise, I have a DW Performance Series percussion snare. So
Nice.
and that's a maple one, I believe.
And what pedals do you use?
Pedals, I have a DW 4000, which I should be upgrading, but I mean, I like it, so I've been sticking with it for about a couple years actually. So I have that, and like it's all about the distance too with the pedals. Like the beaters I have, like they're a bit far back too, so it gives you more power. So
Yeah, it gives you more of a thump.
exactly, I used to have them so close to the snare, not the snare head, the kick head, and I was like, what the heck's going on? I can't go that fast. So it's all about that power that you get from the rebound. So Somebody
Okay,
said that.
so now
Yeah,
when
Vinny Appice. I just saw him on Saturday. His kit, when I played it at the drum off thing there in Yucaipa for my sponsor, SoCal Drums, he kicked his way back.
Really?
Because
It's
he
like
has
hit and the shin.
Yeah,
Oh,
I can't
gosh.
play it like that because it kept hitting me in the damn shin every time. Because
Yeah.
I let it go back and I let my foot off of it and it just kicks me right in the shin.
My
every
foot would go
time.
numb after.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Mine has a little point on that side. You don't want to do that.
oh shoot. Don't mess with that.
I'm like, they probably didn't think about that when they designed it.
Probably not. Yeah.
But I've whacked myself on the top of the foot before.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I've
my
stubbed
gosh.
my hand on the floor tom too multiple times.
Oh yeah.
so now on your mouse, do you use a solid or do you use a cushion mallet?
Oh, for mallets?
Yeah, for your pedals.
Oh, for pedals, I actually it's like cushion. So
Okay.
yeah, I think it's like the Tama, the small circle ones. I can't remember the name of them, but yeah, I use those. I used to have the heavy DW beaters, but I switched those out just because I felt like they were too heavy. You know, I'm a girl, so
Well, you know, what I used to use.
I like the old
Yeah.
felt ones better myself.
They don't have
Yeah.
much of a click though to them.
Yeah.
That's
So-
what he put the. Oh, you were
felt,
gonna say it
I
right
meant
now.
Felt, felt, that's right.
The
Yeah,
silver
felt,
dollar?
Felt, yeah.
Exactly.
I use the hard plastic, but I used to use because I got this back in the day when I was a big Lars Ulrich fan. Well, I mean, I still am. I just don't think that he's kept up with his chops like he was. But of course, he is like what, almost 60 or something.
Give the guy some credit.
He's almost your age now.
Oh, Lord.
So,
To the same age.
but he taped a silver dollar
Yeah.
to his, and I used to do that too because I wanted that kick.
I tried it one time and it broke right through the head.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
I'm like, no, that's not gonna work. Now they make them to where it's like a hard plastic one. That's what I use.
Yeah.
And it's for a double kick, and you just.
I just put the Kevlar thing on
Nice.
Kevlar.
mine. Yeah, the little Kevlar patch.
Well, you hit
Yeah.
like your name.
Oh man, I put that on because the last one broke.
Well, I think also is that, I mean, I'm so used to playing in clubs that, you know, the drums weren't mic'd, so you really had to, and I think that's where I came with a lot of the power to just
Drums don't
hit
need
it really,
mics.
really hard.
No, they don't.
They do.
I can't stand when
They
people
do.
trigger their drums.
Oh, I mean, it dominates way too much low
Yeah.
end. So
Yeah.
I mean,
lose that
do you
pop.
do that at all or no?
No, I know triggers.
Okay, good.
Just simply miking the kick in the
She's about to pop you like boom.
No,
Don't accuse me of triggering my drums.
There was a band that was opening
Yeah.
up for Last in Line on Saturday, and the guy had triggers on his bass drum, and every time he hit it, it sounded almost like a double kick. Like it's almost like it's like
It was like a
muffled.
delay.
Yeah, it sounded awful.
Like a fart.
Man. Oh, man.
Why am I looking in the engine room when I see a Raiders? You know, I'm just.
All the way up on top.
It's
But
killing-
I tried like
At least
making
it's
my
not a
own.
Cowboys.
Well, I'm gonna swap that thing out for a Cowboys. Anyways, so Jackie, what
Yeah.
kind of rig you play?
I play on a PV 6505 plus head, and the cabinet I use is a Marshall 1960 lead. So that's like my standard setup. You know, I get really good sounds out of that one, crunch and cleans. But as far as guitar though, I play mostly on my Schecter Hellraiser hybrid. So they call it, I believe they call the hybrid because it's like a mix between Schecter's Blackjack guitars and the Hellraiser also. So it's like the hybrid of those. So
It just sounds cool.
it's I know. It's really good. It's not like glow in the dark.
Hellraiser hybrid.
Hellraiser, yeah, some Motorhead. But I play on that, and it's got the EMG pickups too. So
Nice.
yeah, really nice. So
So recording with these heavier hitters. I mean, have they kind of tweaked your sound a little bit? I mean, because we're all gonna now we're anticipating. I sat there, we're listening to the last song, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
do you have anything maybe of the new one, just a sample?
just please.
Just something to tease me with.
Gosh.
Oh man,
I know you texted me that too. I was like, you know what? Crap, I don't think we got anything.
It's like broken up in parts, but it's so raw. Like
She has some on her phone. She's holding out.
No, it's on
air.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth the wait.
Make us wait.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No, you'll be glad we made you wait because it's we're really excited for it.
Well,
So,
I'm just as excited.
You want to hear it now?
So have like I say has say Jinx has he tweaked with your sound a little bit on this just to give you just that little bit of an edge or anything from what you had?
Totally, yes. Yeah. Well, the whole reason why I have, a PV6505 is because Blackville Brides, that's what they use, and same with Bullet too.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been kind of, finding my sound on that. But after working with Jinx, just the playability and playing wise, he's helped me a lot with harmonies and stuff because he's the second guitar for Blackville Brides. So, a lot of creative stuff, he's, really expanded what I can add as far as lead. Because, I consider myself like kind of a mix of lead and rhythm because I have to sing and play. So, just having his input with lead stuff and tone-wise, too, is really,
He's
really
got
great.
all the resources,
Yeah.
everything
Nice.
at her disposal, so it's great.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
really helped with the harmonies. I can't enforce that enough. So, and
Yeah.
also the tones, too. Just really good stuff. Yeah.
I cannot
I know.
wait.
Yeah, I
I
know.
just really cannot
Words
wait.
can't
I
describe it.
know.
So,
Yeah, I'm just sitting there on the couch like, wow, these
Yeah.
tones are crazy.
Well, and the same thing, working with someone like Matt Sorum.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there was just this different type of, hey, is he giving you like, because obviously you have your song set. Did he give you any kind of like, hey, do this right here, or to give it more of an attack or anything like that? Was there any kind of pointers during your recording process?
Actually, surprisingly, no. I mean, I had complete, freedom to be myself, just playing drums and stuff. But I mean, as far as sound though, like, a lot of different things here and there, like, hey, maybe you should tighten the snare a little bit higher to get that bright cutting sound, to cut through those guitars. So like, just different tone insights and taking the pillow out of the kick drum, making it sound big, So I mean, like a lot of great stuff. So
Well, which is awesome.
I like unmuffled drums.
Because obviously, if you go in, you're going to work with Matt Sorum.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and him not to sit there and kind of tweak you. He obviously, you've been doing your homework, and he obviously was pleased with what he heard. That's obviously really good. Just like, wow, I'm doing exactly what he feels I should.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is someone does it for a living. You have to respect that. I mean, for reals.
Yes.
And if they doesn't say nothing, I mean, it's like I tell my students, I said, hey, this is day 2. We're going to be doing this exercise, blah blah blah. I'm going to be speaking less. If I'm not saying nothing to you when you're riding that motorcycle, what is that telling you? They go, we're doing it right. Then there you go.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Gandalf, we punched in? Okay, very good. Yes, we have a caller. You're live on the air with Dianthus, Jackie, and Jesse. How you doing today?
Oh.
Hello.
Yes. How's it going? Who's this?
Hey, this is TJ calling from Fontana.
Hi, TJ.
Nice.
Hello.
What's up, brother?
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to call in and say, I really like Dianthus. They're really down to earth, and that made me realize like how much that matters as being an artist, because it makes you want to really support them even more. Because just the type of people that they are. So I just really hope you guys go far, and I like what you guys represent, and just keep going.
Thank you so much.
And now tell me, TJ. I mean, if
TJ.
That's what. Yeah, I said TJ, right?
TJ.
Yeah, T, like Thomas Jefferson, right?
Yeah.
No, K, like as in king.
I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
That's no problem.
My bad. But so you obviously seen them live, and so what? Tell me about their performance
actually,
live.
I don't think you've seen this live yet.
Actually, I haven't seen. No, I haven't seen.
okay.
I don't think so.
I met them in person, and I found out that they were artists, and I heard their music on YouTube.
Oh, okay. But so
they
you
were just
heard
really cool people.
Okay, so you've met them, and then you've heard their music. Now meeting them, and then all of a sudden hearing their music. How blown away were you?
It was cool to experience that, because it's like, they don't even dress. They were in regular clothes. So to know that they did rock music was pretty cool. And
Yeah, the two
I wasn't
worlds.
expecting that. And a lot of people, they say, oh, I do music. And it's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure you do. But, but they have some good music.
Means the world. Thank you so much, KJ. Good. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
And of course, the album's gonna be coming out, KJ. So at that point, I mean, you're definitely gonna go see it. Actually, you guys, August 12th.
August 12th, the Viper Room in Hollywood.
At the Viper Room.
Saturday night. Yeah.
KJ, there you go, man. I'm going to do my best to be at that show. We were talking about it earlier. I don't know if I'm going to be out of town. I'm also I have 3 jobs, KJ. So getting to where they want to go, trying to follow them is tough. But I've seen it many times. But you're going to have to go to that one, man. And I tell you what,
I want to go.
Yeah.
Well, good. It's August 12th. You guys
try and get work off too, because I work too. So.
Well, it's plenty. It's well in advance, KJ. All you have to do is tell my boss, you know what? Hey, boss, I'm going to be sick that day. I just want to let you know.
We'll make it happen.
And also, I mean, are you a Black Veil Brides fan?
Right, but I only know Goodbye Agony by them. I like that song.
Okay, well, good. That's a start. Well, because Jinx, the rhythm guitar player, is going to be playing with him live. At that show.
Yes, KJ, we got you. We got your tickets. So all you gotta do is come.
There you go.
You are set.
And if they want tickets, they can go on to what?
Yes, our website, dianthusofficial.com. We have them up.
Yep, we can mail them out to you.
Yeah, $10. Only $10.
Dude, that is a cheap date, KJ. That's a cheap date, man. You can bring a girl out, man, and just, just say, "Oh yeah, I paid $100 a ticket for this." You can brag about it, and then you can go up. You can introduce the girls to your date, man. I'm telling you, that's an in right there, buddy.
Oh man.
Well, hey, KJ, man, I really appreciate you calling in, man. It's great to know that people are fans of just the new school metal, man, and these girls are going to be bringing it with just like 2 devil horns all the way through, right? That's it.
Oh man.
All right, KJ. Hey, you know what? If I make it at this gig, dude, I'm looking forward to seeing you, dude. Obviously, my face, you're gonna see my ugly face. It's easy to recognize. So if you see my face, dude, I owe you a beer. How about that?
All right. Sounds good.
Sounds good, man. Thanks for listening in, brother.
Thanks, KJ. Take care.
All right, bye.
You too. Bye.
All right, excellent. So I guess I'm gonna buy somebody a beer.
Awesome.
Might as well buy everybody a beer, shouldn't you?
I'm actually pretty good about that, though.
About buying beer?
Yeah, I helped Scott fall asleep before. while I was trying to talk to him. See, and I had the question I forgot about earlier. I was going to ask it.
Okay, I think I might know.
A studio question?
It was a studio question.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Oh, also, I want to give a quick shout out to Chad because we were working with him a lot. Practically the whole time at Jack Studios, he was the tech, I'd say, and he's also an A&R for D'Angelico, and he actually gave us a free bass as a gift. So
whoa,
shout out to him.
Nice.
Yeah, so he was the tech working with her too on drums. So
yeah,
That's
he's a great
awesome.
guy.
yeah.
Really cute dog too. He has this really cute dog named Murphy. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Murphy.
Big distraction.
That's what it was. Because I follow you guys, on Instagram and also Facebook. And you guys were, while you were in the studio, you guys had a couple other heavy hitters that were at the studio time.
Our friends Val Descent.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys are straight out of Los Angeles. So. Yeah, just like the movie.
Straight out of Los Angeles.
She has the fist
Right out of the hood. Yeah. See, that's my hood right there. South Central, baby.
South Central, exactly. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. I believe they're brothers, Brian and Kevin. So
Yeah, they're actually working on an album too right now, or actually an EP maybe.
yeah, they're doing some
EP.
recording, so they stopped by the studio to check it out. So we were gonna have a jam, but I mean, unfortunately, that fire happened. And I think Topanga Canyon, I believe.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Chad lives right around there, so he had to get up and go. But it was fun though. We had a great tour. Of
Yeah,
the
we
place.
actually played at the gallery with them back in May of last year. So that's how we kind of got to know each other. So really cool guys, really talented too.
Yep.
And it seems like these heavy hitters are just as happy to meet you guys.
Yeah, they're great people. I mean, they're so laid back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're looking like, oh wow, this is the new stuff right here. You know what I mean? Actually, that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
You said crap.
I mean, that's not a bad word.
I just was just amazed. When you said crap, I'm like, oh.
Is that
Maybe
bad?
I'm not going to say it now. I'm just kidding. JK.
It's not a free card to start, becoming myself. It just blew me away.
That's funny. Okay, poop. Please, that's not metal enough.
Bull duty. That's what my sister used to say. Instead of saying, the BS words, you're like, oh, bull duty. I thought that when I was a kid, I thought that was the funniest thing in my life.
That's so funny.
See, that's the real question, and I just completely blew it again.
When I was a kid, I thought sauerkraut was actually called sauerkrap.
Okay.
And I got in trouble at elementary school for going up to the lady and asking for more sauerkrap. I was like, but what did I do wrong?
What is this kid up to? That's not very appetizing. Yeah.
Sauerkraut's good stuff. I like it. Me and my son like it. Dylan doesn't like it, but me and Drake like it.
I think it's an acquired taste.
So now photography. I mean, obviously, one of the best photographers that I know of, she actually, put in, she was, she said on Facebook a few days, she was like, I'm going to, I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to retire from photography. And I had her on the air. And she, I was trying to tell her that it takes a lot. There's a good eye when it comes to photography.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
I know who you're talking about. She is good.
Go ahead. You can say her name.
Raven's Punk's Pit, right?
Raven's Punk Pit. Most of my Facebook profile picture she took. And actually most of the ones I use when I do post, she took. Who's the photographer for you guys?
Oh, our manager, Pat.
Yes. Really?
He does all the photos. So yeah. Oh,
that's a multitasking guy, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. He does everything. He's really, really talented too. Yeah. Yeah. So he's been doing, incorporating the photos onto the posters and stuff. Right. And it's actually a mixture because his friend CJ, Christopher Simonite, he actually does some of the photos as well that we use. Mm-hmm. So. But mainly it's been Pat, so. Yeah, I think the one on the card right there, the one on the back, that might have been Chris's. I think that's Chris's. The one in the front for sure was Pat's. So, yeah, we got two-sided band card. That was taken in downtown LA. So. Yeah, but it's usually them too. Yeah, Chris. And also Lizzie Gonzalez as well, has done some photos with us. Yeah. Lizzie Cupcake, that's her name on Instagram. Cool. Check her out. Yeah.
When as soon as you said Lizzie, you know what I was thinking?
Lizzie Hale.
Man, I was gonna say if you were gonna sit there and tell me you were sitting there kicking it with Lizzie Hale, I'm like, all right, that's it. You two have got to get me an in on that one.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Me and Osco seen Lizzie. That was another one that I was gonna mention earlier. Another female that is just really just went. She's
amazing.
She broke through. It was. People think when people start seeing people when they're big. When they're heavy hitters, they think, "Oh wow, how awesome!" Like they don't realize how hard and how much work it really takes. Yeah. I mean, I've been watching you guys for the past few years, and like I said when we first started, you're working a lot. One of the most hardest working bands that I've seen. And as a duo, I mean, it's not easy, and you've gone through a lot of changes as far as like characters in the band.
Yeah, right. It doesn't feel like work though, because it's what we enjoy. So I think that's a good thing. It's definitely a benefit for us, Yeah. Because we just have that much more energy if we like it. We actually enjoy what we do. Right. So looking back though, it is a lot of hard work. Yeah, especially just writing. Like we've been pretty much in I would say isolation for the past couple months. But I mean, it's been fun. So yeah, I'm all pale. I need to get out. And I know I'm making summertime. Let's get to the beach or something. I know. Yeah, some vitamin D. But vitamin drums.
There you go. Venice Beach.
Just make sure you put some sunscreen on because I worked the range one weekend a few weeks ago, and then and I didn't wear a hat. I forgot my hat, and man, my face looked like a freaking tomato. And Oscar comes to my house on Sunday. She's like going, "Oh my God, look at you!"
Oh man,
it was horrible.
I love it.
Put some sunscreen on, ladies.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, we've been inside, just working on stuff. But now that we finish all the songs, it's recording time. So that's where we're at right now.
Now, so now how? We know that the prediction is going to be out in hopefully early fall. So basically, so we are the drum tracks are done. How far are you from finishing? Because right now, obviously, you came from the studio tonight.
Yeah.
All the way from Encino, all the way to the IE, which is not a easy trek. Thank you, Mom.
I know. Well, we're gonna drive her back on the way. So
nice.
Yeah, we'll take turns.
So, and now you're going back tomorrow. So, how much more time do you think you have in the studio?
No pressure.
No pressure. Well, like I said, we've been doing like a song a day, but I believe I finished about 4 or 5 tracks.
Yeah.
And there is about 14, I believe. So like 9 more. But I think I can possibly bust out maybe two or three a day at this point.
Yeah.
Because the newer songs I'm getting more comfortable with. So I say maybe a week and a half at the longest, but probably a week more of guitar. Yeah. And then the last thing is vocals and synth. I want to make sure we have a lot of time for that.
Vocals,
Yeah.
So. Vocals are tough. That's the very last step.
Yeah. So I'm trying to finish up, all I can with guitar, not rush it, obviously, but just a lot more time for vocals because, that stands out a lot. So got to make it good.
Yeah, because vocals, that's immediately what you first hear when you hear a song. So you immediately want to hear that passion and like relate to it. So we're really going to take our time on that.
Now, who does the back vocals?
Oh, I do backups, yeah.
Do you do it live as well?
Yeah, exactly,
nice.
live as well. So it's been building that coordination.
Yeah,
with singing,
I've done
drum.
that, and it's not easy.
The rev,
you have to kind
right?
of go on autopilot. You can't think too hard about it. You just have to like feel the music.
You have to master the drums first, and then you do the vocals. Yeah,
right. And you gotta stay in tune. That's it.
It's your breathing.
Put everything on automatic.
Yeah, plus you're breathing. It's like, oh my gosh,
don't pass out.
Don't pass out. Yeah.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say. There's 3 things. There's 3 reasons that why I don't sing back vocals when I'm playing lives. One, with the mic, I can't have anything on my head. One,
you got the gooseneck. That's
but
what it is. Yeah.
with the boom, I'm gonna whack it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, don't play it.
No,
Keep it clean.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do it.
It's funny.
I'm gonna hit the microphone with my stick.
Yeah, I don't know how people
My arms
don't.
just flailing around.
Yeah, I swing that thing out if I don't need to sing it. It's really easy.
And 2, I'm winded. I'm singing, and while I'm playing drums, there's no way, dude.
Well,
plus, you can't sing.
Definitely a balance. Oh,
yeah.
I can sing back vocals.
He's got it.
That's why I don't sing. I can't. Just really forget about it.
But and I can't carry a tune live, and it's weird because in the studio, I don't know, maybe it's different when you're hearing, when you have a headset on, you can be more attuned to it. But yeah,
can you scream though? Because screaming is not really
some growling.
Yeah, like.
Oh, I could definitely scream.
You can scream and do drums. So yeah. You don't have to hit the pitch.
Wish I could scream and do drums. That's a goal.
What if you could do didgeridoo and play drums?
Like Morgan Rose.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh.
See, that'd be different. You guys would stand out.
Oh, see, there you go, Jess. That's a new one for you. Drum solo.
Play
the didgeridoo while you're hitting a drum solo.
But how do you not hit the didgeridoo? Those things are like 6 feet long.
You need an extra limb.
Pick one or the other.
Oh, gosh.
Get a curved one that goes behind you.
Yeah.
And your cymbals are?
Cymbals, it's a mixture, mainly Zildjian though, but I also use T-Rex because I'm an artist for T-Rex cymbals. So it's T-Rex, Zildjian, Sabian.
Okay, so now the mix. Now, what do you prefer as far as your power crash?
Power crash, definitely Zildjian, I would say. Yeah, like the fast crash, 18-inch. I have 2 18-inch crashes, and then hi-hat, I have a T-Rex Bright hi-hat, so that's about, I think it's a 14-inch. Yeah, actually, wait, 16-inch. Yes.
I like the hi hat. It's got a very it's got a warm sound. It's not all.
You got 16-inch hi hat. Nice.
16-inch. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
not all
China.
tingy. It's very warm.
That's a big hi hat.
Yeah. It's basically a crash cymbal, 2 of them put together.
Yeah. So then I also have like a China cymbal as well, an alternative series. T-Rex, and that one's really bright. I have to have bright cymbals. That's my kind of sound.
So it cuts through.
Exactly.
Cuts through, yeah.
Yeah.
The guitar is.
And you obviously, since Jackie is your sister, and she plays guitar, and you guys play a lot together. So you obviously follow more of the guitar. That was one of the things that we talk at the drum clinic. Everyone else will play along with the guitar, and I'm more. I mean, I do play along with the guitar. I'm not saying I'm not doing anything as far as guitar wise, as far as my percussion, but I still like to get that. I like to have the bass amp behind me.
Yeah,
it's got to be right behind me, and it's just my personal preference.
It's like a comfort. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Well, drums and bass go together,
Yeah.
Right.
So it's important to hear that all the cues and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, bass is so important, and it's vital too. Also for the bass player to hear, the double bass patterns or like the kick patterns that you're doing. So yeah, just a lot of that focus and.
Well, and then the tom mixture too. I mean, getting that is a lot. And of course, with guitar, it's kind of like tom at that point is a little bit of both, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
So, but since you're playing guitar most of the time, I mean, once she does a bass line to it, does that change what you're doing as far as percussion wise? They always think, "Oh, wait, maybe I'm gonna do something different at this point."
Yeah, sometimes I get more creative, like if there's like breathing room, so to speak, and it's not really busy, like guitar-wise, big chords, it gives me that kind of, that open space just to, add more fills. Or
she's going to hit it with those double pedals.
Double bass pedal, yeah. Just lock it in, yeah. So.
I did notice that, which has been, I've noticed in your guys' music since I've been listening to you, but it's you guys complement each other, and that's one of the things. We talked about in the drum clinic when you were here.
We do, yeah.
Jess, that the look at me thing. You don't, and like you said, when there's a chance to breathe, then here I'll put something in as far as percussion wise, and then that's just going to accent when Jackie does something on the guitar, and when we're going to open it up again.
Totally. Yeah, definitely. Like when we're writing, like we feed off each other her ideas. If she'll come up with something, I'll, see what I can come up with that kind of mirrors it, but that's different too. Yeah. And also like with just guitars, I do solos and stuff, but I don't do a solo every single song because it's just going to sound like the same pattern, So we try to keep it different, like adding a breakdown and a solo or just a breakdown. Yeah. So, like Hazel Eyes, there's no guitar solo. It's just a heavy breakdown. Yeah. But in our other stuff, there's different stuff. So I think that's important to keep it, upbeat and different. So
it keeps you on track. It keeps you grounded, just to make sure you're following guitar. And, it kind of humbles you, too, as a drummer, just to, like actually listen to what the guitarist is doing, And it's important. It makes for, just a good go-to song. And plus the vocals fall right down on top of that. So,
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're getting ready to close up, but I'm going to have a question. And Jesse, you're familiar with this one, but I'm going to start with Jackie.
Okay.
So I'm going to choose two guitar players. Actually, I'm going to choose a guitar player. I'm going to let Scott choose a guitar player.
Oh, no.
Okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to choose which guitar player that you would prefer and why. I say Steve Vai.
Of course you did.
Oh, okay.
Well, being the Aussie guy now, Randy Rhoads.
I knew you.
Oh man, gosh, those are both really amazing guitar players. Steve Vai and like his licks and stuff, and Randy Rhoads too. It's just that's really hard to choose.
Come on, Jack. You know it was going to be easy. Come on.
Well, see that's hard too because I pull from like singer guitar players too, but gosh, man,
you have to choose one.
What if she picks a third one? That you didn't say.
It's against the rules.
Let's see. I'd probably say Steve Vai. Steve Vai, yeah.
Okay, now what?
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's really good. Obviously, he's really good. Yeah. No, I met him at NAMM too. He's really, really laid back guy. But I like when I first got introduced to him, I checked him out on Guitar Center, YouTube, I believe, and it was how to be successful, and that was like one of the topics that he was talking about, and he was playing just original stuff behind it. And I think the thing that kind of drove me to listen to a lot of his stuff is just who he is as a person too. And he said a lot of good stuff in that video. I'll have to pull it up later, but just about like self doubt, like just being confident with your instrument. And if you ever doubt yourself, just believe and see yourself succeeding at whatever you're doing. And if you can envision yourself doing that, then it will happen. And so I think that's just something that really drove me.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
Wow,
right, too.
we have never had an answer like that. We're comparing artists. That was intense.
Oh, okay.
That was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I think my heart
That was a I mean, that was great.
Yeah, I didn't know he
Okay.
was a speaker like that.
All
Just
right,
like hearing
Jess.
the stuff that he says. That's awesome.
Sure.
Okay, Jess. So now you're up.
Your turn. Your
So I have to
turn.
pick one, right? Or
No,
two?
I'm going to pick one, and Scott's going to pick one. Jeremy Spencer.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Morgan Rose.
Oh gosh, two great ones. Oh gosh.
This
Okay.
is a good
You
one.
know,
Yes.
I'm glad you guys didn't pick the one I'm gonna pick. Let's see. Well, honestly, I say this a lot, but I mean, have to stick with Donnie Carey or Neil Peart. I mean,
No.
Your favorite.
This is
It's
not
just between the two.
This is. I'm giving a drummer. He's giving a drummer. You have to choose between the two. Why you would choose that drummer? So once again, Jess,
Gosh. Okay.
Jeremy Spencer from Five Finger Death Punch, and
Morgan Rose from Seven Dust.
I would have to roll with Jeremy Spencer.
Oh.
I'd have gone with Seven Dust.
okay.
That is so hard, though.
This
That's
it's
really
a
hard.
tough one. We didn't make this easy. So now,
Yeah.
why?
Honestly, I seriously think it's the energy and, just what he pulls from the band as well. Just just the certain fills that he does too. Like, just the really fast double bass rolls and toms. Like, I mean, they're both phenomenal drummers. You made me pick.
I know. It's tough. Well, I mean,
I'm just going in circles now.
Well, see, the thing is we talked about this live at the last drum clinic, and Jeremy Spencer is a very good pocket drummer, but when he does his fills, it actually complements the band.
That's
and there's
true,
a lot of
that's-
riff going on with the guitars and the bass, and then the strong vocals, and he accents everybody.
Totally.
Very-
It's all about that,
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
and of course, I met him at the NAMM show last year. But great drummer.
Yeah,
So,
both phenomenal.
There you go.
That was
that was a good choice. That was a tough one, brother.
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought you guys were going to say like Dimebag Daryl or something. I was expecting that. But
Wait, drum wise?
Yeah.
Oh no, I
he's
mean
awesome.
guitar wise.
Guitar-wise.
Oh, guitar wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gosh.
No, Steve Vai was like, I grew up listening to Steve Vai with Frank Zappa and all that stuff too. So
Yes, I know.
that guy's phenomenal.
Really, really phenomenal. Yeah.
Is there anything he can't do? That's the
No,
whole
that
thing.
guy's- that guy's
It's like-
amazing.
He's very
like
versatile.
Ingwe, is there anything he can't do?
When you were talking about doing the song without a guitar solo, I thought of Dimebag Daryl saying, "Oh, you could just put a guitar solo right here and it'd be totally awesome."
Oh god, my favorite's Floods. Yeah, Pantera.
Oh, the solo,
yeah,
the solo on that one is great.
Yeah, buddy.
harmonics.
And just Pantera.
In general.
Love it. Love Pantera. So, anyways, thanks for tuning into the Zig Zone. Thanks again, ladies, Dianthus, for coming on in.
No problem.
I'm really looking forward. We are all looking forward to the new album. I can't wait to hear it. I'm really, really excited. I was plugging you guys while we're listening to your song. It would be sure a great idea if you bring that CD and do the CD release party here.
Oh, yeah.
It would be
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
And again, always, good to have Scott McLaughlin in the house, and of
Yeah.
course GWV, Rowena. It's always good to see you on. And of course, my lovely significant other, Otsko. And of course, the man himself, Gandalf. Even though he's fired, he didn't find the right one. But I still
I did my best. I did my best.
He tried.
We're still gonna keep him around though. But he got us high on this ink pen, man.
I know.
I can still smell this thing.
Yeah, it's
You like to do that?
Yeah. So, anyways, stick around for the Roy and Jimmy thing. Actually, Roy's going to be getting married here shortly too. But anyways, thanks again for tuning in, and we're going to keep this momentum going with Dianthus. We're going to make sure we follow them along on all their steps, because you know what, I know them being humble they're never going to forget about us little people when they are there.
Never, ever. No, you guys are coming with us.
You got it. So stick around. Next week is the America show. And the America shows, we're going to be supporting the Second Amendment. Thank God for my Second Amendment. And it's going to be an interesting show. So if you are a gun lover, you might want to tune in.
We're going to need more tequila.
Yo, man. And next week, Zig Zone from Sunday night. Thanks again. Love you, ladies.
Love you
Jackie
too.
and Jesse. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Stick around for the Run Jimmy thing.
Thank you.